Hey guys, it's Liberty, and welcome to day one of our 10-day healthy eating challenge. And today I wanted to share with you some principles about clean eating. I know we hear that a lot today is, eat clean, clean eating. And so, but what does that really mean? And I'm taking some information from Tosca Rena. She is the queen of clean eating today. So she's got blogs and tons of cookbooks and information out there for anybody to use. And so today I just want to cover the 10 principles that she shares in her Eat Clean diet book. And you can find these books on Amazon or at Costco or anywhere. But basically, there are 10 principles that she follows for eating clean. And I believe in these principles as well, so I wanted to share them with you to help you to be successful in this 10-day challenge. So, because really this challenge is about changing our eating habits, and weight loss and all that it's a bonus, with it. But I think these will be very helpful for you in making those food choices as well. So first is eat more. So as we put in our 10 commandments, we want to eat 5 to 6 smaller meals a day. So you spread those 5 to 6 meals out over your entire day, so maybe like 14 hours or so, but you're eating every 2.5 to 6 hours. And the theory here is that revs your metabolism and keeps your metabolism going. Now, there are some new studies coming out about the 8-hour abs diet. So one of our leaders in Beachbody, and she's a fitness instructor as well, Melissa McAllister, has a new program out for the 8-hour ab diet. So basically you scrunch down and eat all of your calories within an 8-hour period to make sure that you have the other 16 hours of the day fasting, basically. And so I'm interested to see how that goes. It works for her. I'm not sure how it would work for me, but I think for any of us, we always want to find what works best for your own body. So, but with sharing Tosca's principles, number one is, eat those smaller meals every 2.5 to 3 hours throughout the day. Number two, eat breakfast. I know that one is so hard, especially for those of us who are moms, or if you're super busy and you're trying to rush and get everyone out of the house and out on the road and off to work. So eating breakfast is super important. You want to, get the blood sugar stabilized and fuel your body so you can be successful throughout your day. And the recommendation is to have breakfast within 1 hour of waking up. So that way you're kicking in your metabolism and you're getting ready to go. And for me, when I was working outside of the house, I really depended on Shakeology. So I'd make it, have it in my cup and take it out the door with me and drink it on my way to work. And then I didn't worry about coffee because there was a coffee station for free at work. So I just have my coffee there. But so number one, eat more. Number two, make sure you have breakfast. Now, number three is to make sure you make your last meal within 3 hours of going to bed. And I hear this one a lot, and I believe it to be true. So there's a lot of reasons to do that. Is for one, you don't want to have your stomach churning and things trying to digest when you're trying to sleep, because then it interrupts your sleep, so you're not getting the sleep you need. You don't want elevated sugars throughout the night and really making your blood sugars do crazy things. Also, your liver needs time to rest, and then around those early wee hours of the morning, 1 to 3, is when your liver is doing some work, and so you don't want to have all that food in there for your liver to process. You want to give your liver time to do what it needs to do there while you're sleeping. So cut off, so really plan out your days to make sure you have your dinner by 6, 7, depending on what time you go to bed. Number 4 is eat a combination of lean proteins and complex carbohydrates at each meal. So we'll talk a little bit about what that means as we go through this, but remember to have lean protein, and complex carbohydrates, which complex carbohydrates contain your soluble and insoluble fibers. It's so hard to say. And you get some energy. Some of the carbohydrates also have some amino acids and proteins in them, but making sure you're choosing the right carbohydrates and not just grabbing a tortilla or a piece of white bread. Let's see, number 5 is to eat sufficient healthy fats every day. And I know so much of, for most of us growing up, all we heard was cut out the fat, have a low fat diet, no fat, low fat, all of those things. But what happens when they take out the fat? They have to put something else in it, one, to replace the flavor, but also as a filler and to make it, the consistency of a yogurt or something that we would expect. And so those fillers, usually there's chemicals and things involved in that. And there's a lot of extra sugar added into our low fat, no fat option. So enjoy your fats, but healthy fats. So, it's not necessarily eating, greasy pizza to get some fats, but your olive oils, coconut oil, hummus, nuts. I just had breakfast. So, but make sure you're getting those healthy fats. Number 6, drink 2 to 3 liters of water a day. So for me, what I do is I take my weight and I divide it in half. So I take 150 divided by 2 is 175. So I try to make sure I drink at least 75 ounces of water a day. So if you weigh 180 pounds, divide that by 2 and you'll drink 90 ounces of water a day. Or if you're 135 pounds, you can do it, right? You get the math and the understanding. An app that I'm using right now, it's called Waterlogged, and it sends me alerts and reminds me to be drinking my water, and then that syncs up to my MyFitnessPal as well as Fitbit. So there's some things that you can use there to help you to stay on track to make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. And number 7, carry a cooler with packed snacks and clean foods each day. So I know for many of us who are out and about and on the go and working out of the office, sorry for all these notifications, you need to be making sure that you're prepared. So take your clean foods with you so you're not forced to buy, something that's packaged and processed or hit the drive-through because you're so hungry. Number 8, depend on fresh fruits and vegetables for fiber, vitamins, nutrients, and enzymes. So really try to get as much of your nutrition from whole foods as you can. And number 9, adhere to proper portion sizes. And we're going to talk a little bit about portion sizes. So when we get into depth here with these different food groups. And number 10, eat only foods that have not been overly processed or doused in chemicals, saturated in trans fats or toxins. So if you can't pronounce it, it's probably not good. So really watch those food labels and try to eat things that come in its natural form. So, a lot of, if you're on a gluten-free diet, look at those labels and make sure that there's not a lot of extra additives being put into those foods. Or even I think sometimes we think, a nutrition bar is going to be great. And but if you read the labels, sometimes they're not that good for you because there's so many chemicals and toxins and things put into it. Anything that ends in OSE, O-S-E, so dextrose, fructose, all those things, those are extra added sugars that are hidden into our foods. So really try to steer away from those and look at the sugar content on foods. So 4 grams of sugar equals 1 teaspoon. So if you're having a venti peppermint mocha frappuccino from Starbucks, that's 85 grams of sugar. So can you do the math and find out how many teaspoons that is? It's obscene how much sugar is in that type of drink. So really watch your labels, understand what whole foods are versus processed foods. So your whole grains and things, and watch the marketing gimmicks too, because I'm a marketer, so I understand. All of our cereals have pretty much been made with whole grains forever, but on the box it'll say 19 grams of whole grain, or whatever it may be, but then there's tons of sugar added in. And so just watch your labels and try to eat as clean as possible. One of my favorite bars, if you need to grab a bar, a nutrition bar, and have that as a snack, are Lara bars, because you'll look and it's only fruit and nuts basically scrunched into a little Lara bar. And for my kids, the only ones that I really get for them on occasion are the Cliff Z bars, and those are completely whole and natural foods for our kids. So let's just go over this a little bit. So for principle number 4, the lean proteins and complex carbohydrates with your portion. So Tosca isn't much about measuring and, being exact or counting calories, but using your palm for lean proteins. So everybody's hand is different, everybody's body size is different, everybody metabolizes different. So if you go by just yourself and using your palm as your guide for the size of your lean protein, that's what Tosca recommends. But lean proteins include egg whites, lean turkey, chicken, pork, beans, legumes, lean fish, shrimp, clams, mussels, bison, other game meats. Bison is so good. How about bison burger? Those are yummy. Hummus, it's also a healthy fat. Quinoa, spirulina, sea vegetables, protein powders, and tofu and tempeh. So those are just some lean protein ideas for you. Now on the complex carbohydrates, they're split in half. So there's starchy complex carbohydrates, and then there's carbohydrates that come from fruit and vegetables. Yes, fruits and vegetables are carbs. So when you're making your plate, it's not just that section where you have your rice, that's your carb. It's also your vegetables and your fruits too. So starchy carbohydrates, stick to 1 or 2 cupped handfuls per day. So divided by 2 or more meals. So cupped. So you cup your hand. Can you see that? And that is about the size that she recommends for starchy carbohydrates. So those starches are sweet potatoes, radishes, beans, and legumes, which are also on the protein side, oats, brown rice, bananas, carrots, parsnips, bulgur wheat, teff, and farro. So remember, bananas and carrots fall into the starchy carb category, not the fruits and veggie category. Now, on those complex carbs for fruits and vegetables, that's 2 cupped handfuls at each meal. So again, the cupped handful using your own body. So apples, plums, berries, pears, tomatoes, cucumbers, broccoli, asparagus, beets, leeks, dark leafy greens, Brussels sprouts, and more. I have this document in the file section so you can read through that. But really understand your carbs because so many of the processed carbs metabolize quickly into sugar, spike your blood sugar, mess up your insulin levels, and you got to really watch that and help your body to run smoother and leaner throughout the day. Now, principle number 5 is about healthy fats. So we need 1 or 2 servings a day divided by between 1 and 2 meals. So those healthy fats include flax seeds, nuts and seeds, nut butters, so almond butter, sun butter, things like that, cashew butter, hummus, which also again is in that protein section, avocados, which is one of my favorite healthy fats, oils, so flaxseed, sesame, coconut, olive, hazelnut, walnut, and fish oils. So those are your healthy fats. Now on number 8, when it talks about vegetables, so those vegetables are what we mentioned earlier with the sweet potatoes and regular potatoes, but also radishes, carrots, parsnips, cucumbers, broccoli, asparagus, beets, leeks, leafy greens, Brussels sprouts, green beans, onion sprouts, celery, zucchini, fennel, and garlic. So lots of veggies recommended here from Tosca. And then the fruits, so, again, a list of fruits for you to take a look at. But anyway, these are just some of the principles that Tosca recommends. So take a look at this, glean what you can from it, adjust and make what works for you so that way you can be successful. So if you have any questions about what is clean eating, let me know. Thank you. Bye-bye.